special guest of honor, His Excellency President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, represented today by Nigeria's #2 citizen, His Excellency Vice President Kashim Shettima, Excellency the Excellency Representative of the Senate President, Excellency Representative of the Right Honorable Speaker, ranking members of the National Assembly, the Senate Committee Chair on Transportation, His Excellency Senator Adamo Aliero, House Committee Chair on Transportation, Right Honorable Blessing Eno, we welcome you. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, the very distinguished Senator George Akume, our Chief Host, the Honorable Minister of Transportation, distinguished Senator Said Al-Khali. We have quite a number of members of the Federal Executive Council here present, and I would like to start with the Honorable Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Atiku Bagudu, the Honorable Minister of Special Duties, Right Honorable Gizalo, the Honorable Minister of Steel Development, Prince Shuaibu Abubakar Audu, the Honorable Minister of State, FCT, Dr. Mariam Mahmoud, the Honorable Minister of State, Works, Honorable Bello Mohammed Goronyo, Esquire, the Honorable Minister of Minister of State for Regional Development, Honorable Uba Maigari Amadou, the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Gas, Honorable Ekperipe Ekpo, and I'd also like to put on record that we have a representative of the Honorable Minister of Youth. We welcome you all, members of the Federal Executive Council who are here present. I'd like to also greet the Permanent Secretary who are here present, all of them in their collective, and the Director overseeing the Transportation Ministry, Malam Musa Ibrahim, heads of government and extra ministerial departments, the Managing Director of the NRC, Dr. Kayode Okweifa, partners of the Ministry of Transportation for this conference, the SADEL Consortium, my MD CEO, Mr. Uko, President Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industries, Chief Emeka Obiegolu, sponsors and exhibitors, keynote speaker, my brother, Mr. Roland Ocholi, moderators and panelists, our very distinguished delegates from various countries of the world, heads of security agencies, members of the diplomatic corps here present, our esteemed traditional rulers who have joined us here today. We're very delighted that they are all here in their numbers, and we appreciate them. Your Excellency, Mr. Vice President, sir, we have quite a number of them whom I will be introducing to you in a short while. But we would also like to welcome friends and stakeholders of the transportation sector gathered here, representatives and presidents, representative of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, President of CIOTA, members of the local organizing committee, members of the media, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eugenia Abu. I'm a broadcaster, media entrepreneur, columnist, multimedia specialist, and I shall be your director of ceremonies this morning. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, once we have saluted the nation is a prayer and a call to action. Your Excellency, sir, our royal fathers that are here with us, I'd like to greet and welcome the representative of His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, Alhaji Muhammad Saad Abubakar III, is represented by the Emir of Zazzau, His Royal Highness, Dr. Nuhu Bamali. The Obi of Onitsha is here, His Royal Highness Nnameka Alfred Ugochukwu Achebe. The Emir of Kefi is here, His Royal Highness Alhaji Dr. Shehu Chindo Yamusa. We also have His Royal Majesty Dr. John Odogbo Obagayi Elaigu, the Ochi Doma. We have His Royal Majesty Edidem Ek Abia, Paramount Ruler of Eket Kingdom, Akwa Ibom State. Your Excellency, sir, they are all gathered for this all-important conference, and we thank them. I would like to welcome you to the second International Railway Conference and Expo under the aegis of the Nigerian Ministry of Transportation, with a theme that speaks to railway development in the 21st century and a call for collaboration. I sincerely welcome you to a robust discussion on opportunities and challenges in railway development in Africa. For investment, a theme that is as urgent as it is critical and much needed. I wish to welcome warmly our delegates and participants, especially those who have come from far and wide across the world. I'd also like to welcome our exhibitors and our sponsors. We particularly are pleased to see our chief host, distinguished Senator Alkali, who has galvanized all of us here. Today, Your Excellency, we talk about railway transportation in a modern, more technologically friendly way. Hubs, terminals, coaches, tracks, transportation of people and goods, and the economies of scale that lie within this transportation sector. The general economic dynamic of trade and investment, the ease of doing business, and the general conversation about moving people and goods from one point to the other, seamlessly and in comfort, a true bastion of the democratic dividend for any nation who cares about her citizens. In 1804, Your Excellency, Richard Trevithick, a British engineer, invented the world's first full-scale working steam locomotive. But subsequently, George Stephenson significantly advanced the technology for widespread use by improving efficiency and reliability, making modern rail transportation practical. Before then, there were wooden tracks, limestone tracks in Austria, in Greece, and in Roman Egypt. This provides us information historically about how the rail tracks came to be. On the shoulders of these inventors, Your Excellency, and innovators, we stand tall today, walking our way through modern rail transportation. Rail transportation remains an important infrastructure development for all nations, and its high capacity reliability and its eco-friendly nature for bulk goods because it produces lower emission per good, per unit of passengers. And compared to roads or air, it makes a highly sustainable mode of transportation. Also, it's less affected by weather and less affected by accidents. So rail transportation is the way to go. It also provides job opportunities for a teeming populace. But to lay tracks, put the coaches, and invest in rail transportation is very expensive, Your Excellency. It is for this reason that the dynamic Minister of Transportation, the very distinguished Senator Said Alkali, whose scorecard in 2 years shows amazing strides and achievements in the transport sector. And as chief host, he has decided that it's important for us to bring investors together so that they can invest in the Nigerian rail sector and take the sector to the next level. In a conversation earlier, the Honorable Minister of Transportation informed me that he has gathered some of the best people to come and talk to us about fast rail, improving our rails, and also he wants to put it on record that His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his entire team have been so supportive that some of the policies that have been moribund have been activated under this administration. Let's hear a round of applause for Mr. President. There has also been approval for bus terminals across the various geographical regions of the country. Permit me, Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to welcome to the podium a visionary in the Nigerian transportation sector, Chief Host brother and friend, the Honorable Minister of Transportation, distinguished Senator Said Ahmed Al-Kali.
Senator Saidu Ahmed Al-Kali serves as Nigeria's Minister of Transportation, where he leads the nation's ambitious drive to expand and modernize its transport infrastructure. A two-term senator and former chairman of the Senate Committee on Transportation, Senator Al-Kali brings deep legislative and executive experience to his role. His commitment is focused on ensuring that Nigeria's transport system, particularly rail, become engines of economic growth.
Republic of Nigeria, most distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, Your Excellency, distinguished Senator Adamu Alero, Chairman, Senate Committee on Land Transport, the Chairperson, House Committee on Land Transport, Honorable Blessing Ono, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation and Secretary to Council, most distinguished Senator George Akume, my colleagues, members of the Federal Executive Council, Honorable Zapania Gisolo, our host in the FCT, Minister of Special Duties, my brother and friend, Prince Abubakar Shaibu Audu, Minister of Steel Development, my sister, Dr. Maria Mahmoud, Minister of State FCT, my brother, His Excellency Ubame Gari, Minister of State Regional Development, my brother and friend, Minister of State Gas, the Director General BPP, Director General Nigerian Railway Corporation, our royal fathers, top government functionaries, members of diplomatic corps, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. I am glad not only to review progress, but to reimagine the railway as a cornerstone of Nigerian transportation, which is recognized as enabler of economic growth across jurisdictions. Let me start by conveying the sincere appreciation of the Federal Minister of Transportation to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for creating the enabling environment to strengthen the ministry to organize this international conference on railway development and services. The conference seeks to enable railway experts, industry players, and other stakeholders to share knowledge and experience across jurisdictions on emerging trends, funding opportunities, and opportunities of railway services as catalysts for national development. This discussion will maximize the potentials of the railway subsector as viable option for boosting economic commerce through geographical mobility and general economic growth through connectivity and collaborations. I am glad to inform you that the renewed hope agenda of our dear President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration has accorded special priority to transportation in recognition of the reality credited to transportation as a gateway to our nation's economy. In this regard, I consider it most expedient to highlight a few key achievements by the ministry under his administration to expand the scope of discussion during technical sections and attract useful output to enhance the transport sector. Thus, facilitate acceleration, execution of 203 kilometer Kaduna-Kano ongoing railway modernization from 15% at the inception of this administration to 55%, and the 387 Kano Maradi with extension to Dutse in Jigawa State from 5% to 60%. While the Kaduna Kano project will be ready for completion and commissioning by December 2026, the Kano Maradi project will reach Katsina by December this year and be ready for completion and commissioning by March 2027. Successful completion from seaport to connect to Dala Inland Dry Port to put it into use. The recent Federal Executive Council approval for the construction of one bus terminal in each geopolitical zones of the country to be situated at Abeokuta Southwest, Onitsha Southeast, Warri South-South, Lokoja North Central, Kano Northwest, and Gombe Northeast. This development will enhance efficiency, public safety, and welfare of our passengers. Successful facilitation of the takeover of the Federal University of Transportation in Daura, Katsina State, whose manpower status as the exemption of this administration has only a vice chancellor. Supported the operationalization of the laudable presidential initiative on compressed natural gas through establishment of CNG centers and training of over 6,000 transport professionals in 2024 alone by the Nigerian Institute of Transport Technology, Zaria and ITT, to administer transport initiative laws and policies. Facilitated the provision of the Presidential Transport Festive Relief Program across the country during early tide period, which transported over 1 million passengers free by rail and 50% by road in 2023 and 2024 respectively, to enhance security and welfare of Nigerians. Recent introduction of dual fuel locomotive technology flag off on Abuja-Kaduna rail corridor to enhance operational cost effectiveness. Technology flag off on Abuja-Kaduna rail corridor to enhance operational cost effectiveness. Federal government financial support for the establishment of light rail by state, beginning with Kano, Kaduna, and Ogun, to enhance public transportation and economic productivity in the affected areas of the country in general. Attracted foreign investors for the construction of high-speed rail from Abuja to Lagos, Abuja to Kano, and Abuja to Port Harcourt, to boost nation's infrastructural development and revenue generation profile. At the moment, the outline business case was approved by the Infrastructure Concession and Regulation Commission, ICRC, facilitated sources of funds from China Development Bank, and the release of the federal government counterpart funding for the Kaduna-Kano Rail Modernization Project. The recent approval of the National Land Transport Policy by the Federal Executive Council after decades of struggle since 1993. The policy will lay the foundation of future development of land transportation in the country. Across the world, railway have always been more than a transport mode. They are nation builders and engine of economic transformation. In Europe, railway enabled industrial revolution. In China, they empowered urbanization and export growth. In Africa, railways are emerging as the backbone of regional integration. Ladies and gentlemen, the railway is not just about cargo or revenue. It is about national unity. A young student traveling from Maiduguri to Abuja, a family conveying from Kaduna to Lagos, or trader moving between Port Harcourt and Kano. These journeys wave our people together. Railway give Nigerians the confidence that the nation is connected, safe, and accessible. The African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA, presents an enormous opportunity. But without efficient logistics, our business cannot compete. That is why Nigeria Kano Maradi corridor is more than a railway project. It is a gateway to West African market, opening access for Nigerian goods into Niger Republic and beyond. As we modernize our railway, we are also positioning Nigeria as a logistic hub for Africa and Central Africa. Another crucial dimension is the environmental impact. Railway is the greenest form of mass transport. Every ton of cement or grain moved by train instead of trucks means fewer emissions, less road damage, fewer accidents, in a world where climate commitments are shaping trade and investment. The Nigerians' ability to shift freight from road to rail will be a competitive advantage. As a Minister of Transportation, I wish to emphasize 3 priority areas for the years coming. Make the Nigerian railway an economic tool, not just an asset. The focus must shift from construction alone to ensuring rail corridor serve agriculture, industry, mining, and commerce. Facilitate securing sustainable financing. Government will continue to provide leadership, but the future lies in the public-private partnership. Port rail concession and non-value capture around stations. Empower people to rule rail, from engineers to artisans, station managers to security staff. The railway must be a platform for skilled job and inclusive growth. Institutions like Federal University of Transportation, Daura, and the Nigerian Institute of Transport Technology, NITT, will be supported to prepare the next generation for railway professionals. Distinguished delegates, railways are not the work of government alone. We need the private sector to see opportunities and invest. We need state and cities to integrate urban and intercity network. We need development partners to continue supporting us with financing and expertise. Above all, we need the Nigerian people, our communities, to protect this asset and make them their own. In order to give credence to the foregoing realities, the railway development and services have been moved from exclusive lease to concurrent lease through successful constitutional alteration. This development will create opportunities for state and private sector participation to maximize the potential of railway transport as enabler of economic growth and connector of regional hubs. Let us envisage in Nigeria, our ports are seamlessly connected to factories by rail. Our highways are relieved of endless trucks. Our youth are employed building and running trains. Our neighbors see Nigeria as the hub of African rail logistics. This is not a dream. It is a future within our grasp if we work together. Ladies and gentlemen, the railway is the track of Nigerians' future, linking our economy, uniting our people, and securing our place in the Africa and the world. I therefore urge the delegates and the facilitating team to make the conference engaging to achieve the objective coming up with new railway operational techniques, funding options, and platform for collaboration to place the railway on top of socio-economic agenda of state and nations within the continent. I wish you successful deliberations and pleasant stay in Nigeria, in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. I thank you for your kind attention, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, represented by His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, our chief host has spoken, and he has said, it is not about cargo. It is not about movement of people. It is about the unity of Nigeria. When you see families use rail transportation, It is about employment of our youth. It is about sustainable cities and connectivity. Please let's give another round of applause to our chief host, the Honorable Minister of Transportation. For this also asks those who are delegates to engage. The International Railway Conference is very successful. There is exhibition outside the hall. You may want at break time to take a look at what is happening in those exhibitions. We have lots of things to showcase. Your Excellency, we have in our midst the Oni of Ife, His Royal Majesty, Oba Adeyeye Enitan Ogunwusi, the Ojaja II. Would like to sincerely welcome you here. And of course, we have who also be speaking much later, the Honorable Minister of State Petroleum Gas. We thank you for coming. We appreciate your presence. It's good to see you. Your Excellency, sir, before we take the goodwill messages, His Excellency, the representative of the #1 citizen, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in the person of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in the person of His Excellency, the Vice President. If you noticed, the Honorable Minister of Transportation embodies the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President in the speech which he made earlier. His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is representing the #1 citizen, is our amiable and cerebral Vice President. Your Excellency, sir, at one of the events where I anchored only recently, you spent a copious amount of your precious time speaking about my humble self, and this went viral on the internet. I want to thank you, sir, from the bottom of my heart for singling me out for such incredible mention, which then had everybody talking about it. I don't take you for granted. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Appreciate. Thank you. Please, let's give a round of applause to His Excellency for all he does. I'd like at this point to invite our first goodwill message, and I'd like to please advise that we keep our goodwill messages no longer than 2 minutes. 2 minutes. His Excellency, Mr. Vice President, has so much on his table, but for the love of infrastructure and transportation to galvanize Nigeria forward, he wouldn't be here. He has taken time out of his busy schedule to be here. We appreciate you, sir. I'd like to please advise that you keep it at 2 minutes, every goodwill message. Our first goodwill message is from a man whose company has been bullish in investing in Nigerian infrastructure, from roads to rail to water. Please help me welcome the representative of the Managing Director, CCECC Nigeria Limited, Mr. Eric Yu, to make his way forward quickly and deliver his 2 minutes intervention.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Chairman, Senate Committee and House Committee on Land Transport, the Secretary to the Government of Federation, and other members of National Assembly, traditional rulers, and Honorable Minister here present. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my great honor and privilege to stand before you today at this conference. On behalf of CCECC, I extend my warmest greetings and deepest appreciation to the organizers, partners, and all participants who have come together to make this important occasion possible. At CCECC, we firmly believe that railways are the backbone of sustainable development. They connect people to opportunities, link markets across regions, and lay the foundation for industrial and social transformation. We are really lucky that this administration, led by the Mr. President, shares the same view. In the Renewed Hope agenda, Mr. President has put railway development as one of the priorities. With His Excellency's great vision and leadership, as well as the Honorable Minister's unwavering efforts and dedication, we have witnessed that the loan agreement of Kaduna-Kano Railway project has been signed, and the bank has started to disburse the funds. With the support, we have achieved more than 55% completion on site. That the freight that the free transportation along Lagos-Ibadan axis has been commissioned, creating more revenue for the government. That the Port Harcourt-Aba section has been completed and commissioned. That the Federal University of Transportation has enrolled the second batch of students this year, and the last batch of students sponsored by Ministry and CCECC, studied in China, has come back to serve their own nation, forming a talent pool for the better development of railway sectors in the future. Furthermore, we also see that more efforts are made by this government for the future. That His Excellencies, Mr. President and Vice President have attended the FOCAC and the Belt and Road Forum in China, looking for more collaborations in railway sectors. That the Honorable Ministers of Transportation has made a wonderful speech during the Infrastructure Forum in Macau, China, calling for more investment in railway sector and deepen collaboration with other African countries. Without those efforts made by the federal government and the ministry, the railway sector cannot develop as fast and stable as it is today. Ladies and gentlemen, let's applaud for this great administration and ministry. Ladies and gentlemen, and all stakeholders in this sector, as part of this sector, let's collaborate to contribute more on our own part. Let's build the railway. Let's build a railway that worthy of the future that we envisioned. Railways that unite rather than divide, empower rather than exclude, and endure as symbols of shared prosperity. So on behalf of CCECC, I really thank the Honorable Minister again for this opportunity. May this conference yield fruitful discussion, enduring partnership, and renewed hope for the notable cause of railway development. Thank you.
Your Excellency, our first goodwill message has been delivered by the representative of the Managing Director of CCECC Nigeria Limited. And we will move swiftly now, but before we get to that position, I'd like to say that a commissioner from a ministry in Anambra State has arrived here to represent the governor of Anambra State, who thought it important to come and send a powerful representation, and I shall be introducing her in a short while. Your Excellency, rail remains one of my favorite modes of transportation, principally because it gives me the opportunity to see the countryside, landscapes, flora and fauna, as I travel through cities and communities. Next time you take a train, make sure that you look out for the grandiose landscape God has presented you to see. Men, women, children, animals, rusty roofs of history, and just the sheer greenery that woozes past you as you travel in a train in that almost poetic jiggle-joggle movement of the train. That is my favorite mode of transportation, and I'm sure soon all Nigerians will begin to make it their mode of transportation. Your Excellency, I'd like to quickly invite here for his 2-minute intervention the Managing Director of Moda Angel Nigeria Limited, who is making his way here to deliver his intervention.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Pedro Pereira, and I'm the Managing Director of Moda Angel Nigeria. Your Excellency, Mr. Vice President of the Federal Government of Nigeria, Honorable Ministers, distinguished members of the National Assembly, and esteemed guests. It's an honor to join this second International Railway Conference and Expo. At Moda Angel Nigeria, we are proud to be delivering the landmark Kano-Maradi rail project, which have a completion of 60%, and to have been entrusted with as well the rolling stock contract. It's a demonstration of the federal government confidence in our capacity and our commitment. Without over 79 years of experience in Africa, Motengil has a strong track record, having successfully delivered several major projects in Africa. We remain dedicated to bringing global expertise, financial support, and local partnership to build modern railways that connect communities, boost trade, and support Africa's economy integration. May this conference strengthen the collaboration and investment in our rail future. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thank you so much for keeping the time. You're just listening to the Managing Director, Motor NG Nigeria Limited, who has said that their job is to provide global expertise, financial support, and the connection of communities across Nigeria for African investment, which is a great thing to hear. And to hear more about that, there's going to be a short clip, no longer than 3 minutes, that media is going to play about CCEC and Motor Nigeria. Please, can we have that clip now? Media. If it's not on cue, can we go to the next goodwill message? Okay, it's there. We have it. Audio.
$1.959 billion US. The engineering, procurement and construction contract for the single-track standard gauge railway line between Kano and Maradi, including a connecting branch line to Duts, represents a strategic investment valued at $1.959 billion US. The Federal Ministry of Transportation is the client, Team Nigeria acts as the consultant, and Motengil Nigeria is the contractor. The Kano-Maradi railway project has been advanced through a robust funding arrangement, combining sovereign-backed facilities from international financiers and export credit agencies with the strong commitment of the federal government of Nigeria. This structure provided a reliable financial backbone to support engineering, procurement, and construction activities, ensuring confidence among all partners in the project's timely delivery. A key factor in the success of the loan disbursement process has been the close coordination between government agencies, international financiers, and export credit agencies, with the contractor, Motengil, playing a pivotal role in managing this work stream. This effective collaboration has ensured smooth and timely disbursements, enabling uninterrupted progress on site and contributing significantly to the steady achievement of project milestones. This project encompasses 378 kilometers of railway track, modern stations, and associated infrastructure, connecting key regions and driving the country's economic and social growth. With 55% overall completion, the project shows consistent progress across all sites. At the Kazua and Katsina depots, the main structures are in an advanced phase, while kilometers of track have already been laid on the designated sections. Each completed stage reflects the team's commitment to quality, efficiency, and strict adherence to deadlines. The project involves multiple parallel work fronts, from earthworks to the construction of bridges and culverts, from track installation to signaling systems and depot development. All activities follow international engineering standards and safety regulations, ensuring a modern, reliable, and long-lasting infrastructure. Motengil Nigeria is part of the Motengil Group, with a strong presence in Africa and worldwide. In Africa, we are present in Angola, Mozambique, Malawi, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Uganda, Rwanda, Ethiopia, Guinea, Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria, and Mali, delivering structural projects that enhance regional integration and sustainable development. Our experience in major infrastructure, railways, roads, bridges, and urban developments demonstrates our technical capability, dedication to communities, and commitment to building a solid future. The Honourable Minister of Transportation, accompanied by members of the National Assembly, visited the project to monitor its execution and reinforce transparency and accountability. This presence illustrates the government's commitment to ensuring quality, rigour, and effectiveness in the delivery of strategic infrastructure. The single-track standard gauge railway line between Kano and Maradi, with the branch line to Duts, is a catalyst for national development. More than an engineering feat, it represents regional connectivity, job creation, and new economic opportunities. Under the leadership of the Federal Ministry of Transportation and with the dedication of Motor Angel Nigeria and Team Nigeria, this project embodies Nigeria's commitment to building a sustainable and prosperous future.
Thank you very much, media. Honorable Minister, will that be all? CCECC. Media, if you have CCECC, this is the time to play it. It's meant to be back to back. Yes? Okay, we can always come back to it. Let's quickly run through the goodwill messages so that we are very much on our way on this program to give His Excellency his time for other national duties. I'd like to greet and welcome Barrister Mrs. Patricia Egwebuike, Honorable Commissioner of Transportation, Anambra State, representing His Excellency, the Executive Governor of the state. We thank you for coming. At this point in time, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Excellencies, I would like to invite the Director General, Bureau of Public Procurement, Dr. Adebowale Adedokun, to come forward and deliver his 2 minutes goodwill. 2 minutes. Thank you very much indeed.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim, GCON, the members of the National Assembly present, members of the Federal Executive Council here present, our traditional rulers, other distinguished invited guests, good morning. My task is very simple, is to say that this is a turning point in the life of our great nation. Every developed nation takes seriously the rail transport sector. At this junction, I would like to congratulate my elder brother, the Honorable Minister of Transportation. Without saying the least, my senior and uncle father, the Secretary of the Government of the Federation, for putting together what will transform this nation in terms of reduction in poverty, increase in job creation, guaranteeing the future of the generations to come. The Bureau of Public Procurement stands in full alignment with the objectives of His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, in delivering the renewed hope agenda in the transportation sector. At this junction, I would like to clearly state that the Bureau of Public Procurement can testify to the rigorous processes that all these projects have been undertaken, and we're in full alignment with the monitoring and execution of this project. In conclusion, as procurement regulatory body for this great nation, we promise you that we will do everything within our capacity to facilitate, ensure speedy approvals, value for money, accountability, and delivery of fast-track trails, swift movement of goods and services and human beings in our great nation, and above all, attract foreign direct investment. I congratulate the Honorable Minister of Transportation for doing a great job. Thank you very much. God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Director General of Public Procurement, who has given a promise to His Excellency and the multitude of excellencies and distinguished personalities here about how his office and his team will facilitate and ensure that there is value for money, accountability, ensure speedy approvals, and also the delivery of fast trains to his nation, Nigeria, and foreign direct investment. Let's give another round of applause to the Director General of Bureau of Public Procurement, Mr. Adebowale Adedokun. Thank you so much for your intervention. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the regulatory body for all public-private partnerships in Nigeria is key to whatever work the Ministry of Transportation is doing. And therefore, the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, popularly known as ICRC, has the Director General in situ today, and Dr. Jobson Ewalefo is seated in the hall. We thank you for being here because we understand the work that you will be doing to fast-track and ensure the needy checks of those infrastructures that we are attracting through foreign direct investment. We thank you for being here. Your Excellencies, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to invite the Minister of Transport of the Republic of Ghana to deliver his intervention. If he's in the room, wherever he's seated, would like to see him make his way here. I checked earlier. Is the Minister from Ghana here with us? Okay. Your Excellency, I don't see any movement, and I would like now to invite very quickly the Honorable Minister of State, Petroleum Resources, Gas, to please come forward and deliver his intervention. Thank you so very much. Please encourage him as he comes. He's seated a little bit far away. Right, Honorable Berigbe. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, hereby represented by our very own, the Vice President, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, with due humility and honor, I plead to adopt the protocol that has been duly established by the Chief Host for purpose of time, because the list is a very long one. Thank you. It is a great honor to address you at this landmark International Railway Conference 2025. I commend the Federal Ministry of Transportation in collaboration with Desadel Nigeria Limited for convening this timely gathering to advance railway development in Africa, with Nigeria at the heart of this transformation. This event is historic, not only because it brings together some of the brightest minds in infrastructure and transportation, but also because it unveils the advanced plan for Africa's first 4,000 kilometer, 350 kilometer per hour high-speed rail network. This initiative will redefine connectivity across Nigeria and Africa, opening new frontiers for trade, investment, and industrial growth. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the story of Nigeria's development is incomplete without acknowledging our abundant natural gas endowment. With 210 trillion cubic feet of proven gas reserved and a potential upside of about 600 trillion cubic feet, Nigeria stands as the gas capital of Africa and among the 10 top globally. For decades, our nation relied on crude oil as the primary driver of our economy, while gas was underutilized. Today, under the visionary leadership of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, this narrative is changing. The Decade of Gas initiative has repositioned gas as a centerpiece of our national economic strategy, transforming it from a byproduct of oil to the foundation of Nigeria's economic and industrial future. Gas is not just an energy resource, it is the fuel for industrialization. It powers manufacturing, fertilizer production, petrochemical, power generation, and clean cooking. Importantly, it has the potential to drive strategic infrastructure projects, such as the pioneering high-speed rail network we celebrate today. Railway infrastructure is capital-intensive and requires sustainable, affordable, and clean energy source to operate efficiently. Nigeria's gas resources provide this strategic solution. Powering the grid, expanding gas-to-power projects ensures reliable electricity for railway stations, industrial hubs, and urban centers connected by the rail network. Gas to liquids and LNG for transport. Natural gas can be processed into cleaner transport fuels, enabling modern railway systems to reduce their carbon footprint while ensuring cost efficiency. Catalyzing industrial clusters along rail corridors. The high-speed rail will unlock new economic corridors where gas-based industries, such as fertilizer plants, petrochemicals, methanol production, and compressed natural gas CNG hubs can flourish, transforming rail-connected cities into vibrant industrial growth centers. Regional trade and competitiveness. With the African Continental Free Trade Area, gas-powered industries connected by high-speed rail will enhance Nigeria's role as the engine of West and Central Africa's industrial and energy economy. These efforts align with President Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda, which seek to industrialize Nigeria, create jobs, and lift millions out of poverty through sustainable energy and infrastructure development. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as Nigeria takes bold steps in pioneering Africa's first high-speed rail network, we must recognize the true engine of this transformation is energy. And Nigeria's gas resources are positioned to power this vision. By harnessing our vast natural gas resources, we can light up cities, energize industries, power railways, and create new economic opportunities for our people. Gas is not just a transition fuel. It is the bridge to Nigeria's industrial and economic prosperity. Let us therefore embrace this synergy between energy and infrastructure, together with visionary leadership and unwavering commitment we will transform Nigeria into a hub of innovation, connectivity, and inclusive growth. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you. May this conference chart a new course for railway and economic development of Africa. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. You've been listening to Honorable Ekperipe Ekpo, the Honorable Minister of Petroleum Resources, Gas, and his mantra is the marriage of energy and infrastructure is important, and that gas-powered industries connected by high-speed rail will make Nigeria a great hub for development and for economies of scale, putting Nigeria front and center. He is congratulated by His Excellency, the Special Guest of Honor, and also his fellow ministers who have listened to him deliver that intervention. Your Excellency, the governors across Nigeria have sent representatives for this all-important conference. The governor of Lagos State is represented by the managing director of the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, Engineer Mrs. Abimbola Akinwoju, and Right Honorable Essin, the advisor to the governor of Akwa Ibom State on transportation, is here. Dr. Anthony Luke, Honorable Commissioner for Transport, Akwa Ibom State. Dr. Isaac Ukegbu, Honorable Commissioner for Transportation, Abia State, is representing the Executive Governor of Abia State, and he has made his way into the hall. We also have Honorable Jato Gang, Commissioner for Transport, representing the Governor of Plateau State. We have only one more goodwill message, but we will be taking that from the Republic of Guinea only after we have taken the clip from CCEC. Media, are you ready? This is the time to play that clip before our last intervention. Please, let's play it now. Thank you. Media, I want to believe that that video is over. Do we have any further interruptions? Are we good? Please raise your hand if we're done with that video. Can I see media raise their hands, please? Thank you very much. Your Excellency, our special guest of honor, that video is CCEC and the work they are doing across the rail sector across Nigeria. We did see clips of the Honorable Minister in trains showing that indeed he is involved in the projects wherever they go. And yesterday in a conversation, Your Excellency, he mentioned that when this government came on stream, Abuja, Kano, Maradi was 5%, and now it is 55%. A round of applause for the government of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Work is ongoing. I'm in school in Kano, so I can't wait for Kaduna, Kano to be done so that I can take that route and also go and explore Maradi, of course, which is not very far from us. We thank you, sir, for the work that you are doing. We will at this point invite the Honorable Minister of State Transport from the Republic of Guinea, who will deliver his goodwill message for 2 minutes. Please help me welcome Professor Titus Ketkukak, who is responsible for works and transport. The goodwill message is from the Republic of Guinea, where we have the Commissioner of Works and Transport from Benue State, Professor Titus Ketkukak, who has joined us from all the way from Makurdi. We thank you for being here. It's time now for me to invite the Minister of State Transport from the Republic of Guinea for his goodwill message. Please let him come forward as soon as he can. Oh, there he is. Welcome. Can we have the earpieces? The message from Guinea is in French, and if the translators will help us, only the front row. Please, can you bring what you have over here? If you have headpieces, please bring them quickly. You have to clear security here, and then we can then make use of them. Okay, the headsets are here. We can see them. I'd like to crave your indulgence. These have been cleared. So if you'd like to use it, here. There you go.
Excellences, Monsieur le Vice-président de la République fédérale du Nigeria, Excellences, Monsieur l'ambassadeur de la République de Guinée auprès de la République fédérale du Nigeria, distingués invités, Messieurs les ministres des Transports, je ne suis pas habitué des coutumes nigérianes, mais j'adresse également les salutations aux dignitaires religieux, chefs religieux et la notabilité du Nigeria. Chers partenaires techniques et fournisseurs, chers membres de la presse et des médias, Mesdames et Messieurs, en vos rangs, grades et qualités, tout protocole observé. C'est pour moi un immense honneur, au nom de son Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République de Guinée, le général Mamadi Doumbouya, et de son gouvernement dirigé par Monsieur Amadou Riba, Premier ministre, chef du gouvernement, de prendre la parole ici à cette deuxième conférence internationale du ferroviaire, organisée à Abuja, capitale d'un pays frère et partenaire stratégique, le Nigeria. Je voudrais exprimer toute notre gratitude aux autorités nigérianes Mesdames et Messieurs, la République de Guinée, riche de ses ressources minières, agricoles et énergétiques, mais aussi de sa position géographique et stratégique, avec ses immenses côtes maritimes propices à la réalisation de ports en eau profonde, s'est engagée dans une politique ambitieuse de modernisation et d'expansion de son réseau ferroviaire. Le méga projet Simandou, long de 270 km, en est une illustration. Consciente du défi lié à la réalisation des infrastructures ferroviaires, que les budgets nationaux de développement des pays africains ne peuvent supporter singulièrement, cette conférence vient à point nommé pour réunir tous les acteurs, à savoir les décideurs, les opérateurs ferroviaires, les investisseurs, j'en passe, autour d'une table pour développer une synergie d'action afin de réussir l'interconnexion ferroviaire prévues pour une telle intégration socio-économique de notre continent. Parmi les projets phares de la République de Guinée, au centre de cette interconnexion, je citerai la ligne de Simandou, à multi-usage et multi-services, en phase de construction, dont la voie principale double est terminée. La ligne Conakry-Kankan jusqu'à la frontière du Mali, destinée à l'interconnexion de la Guinée au Mali, au Burkina Faso et le Niger, pour assurer les échanges commerciaux dans l'Afrique de l'Ouest. Le projet d'amélioration et d'innovation du trafic ferroviaire dans le Grand Conakry sur 65 km par la modernisation des voies ferrées et la mise en circulation de nouvelles locomotives pour le trafic des passagers et des marchandises en priorité. L'ouverture de corridors ferroviaires transfrontaliers en partenariat avec nos voisins afin de contribuer à la vision d'une Afrique interconnectée de Dakar à Lagos, de Conakry à Abuja. Excellence. Nos ambitions ne sauraient se réaliser sans un partenariat solide avec les investisseurs, les bailleurs de fonds et les opérateurs techniques. À cet égard, la Guinée offre aujourd'hui un cadre légal et institutionnel renforcé, des opportunités d'investissement attractives et une volonté politique ferme d'inscrire le ferroviaire dans sa stratégie nationale de développement durable. Nous sommes convaincus que cette conférence d'Abuja, placée sous le thème « Opportunités et défis du développement ferroviaire en Afrique », un appel à investissement, constitue une occasion unique de bâtir ensemble des projets concrets, intégrés et durables au bénéfice de nos peuples. Mesdames et messieurs, permettez-moi de conclure en réaffirmant la disponibilité et l'engagement de la République de Guinée à travailler main dans la main avec ses partenaires africains et internationaux pour que le chemin de fer devienne non seulement un moyen indispensable de transport, mais surtout un levier d'intégration régionale et de prospérité partagée. Je vous remercie de votre aimable attention. Merci.
Enchanté, monsieur. S'il vous plaît, monsieur, comment vous appelez-vous?
Mohamed Bakayoko.
Je te remercie, monsieur. Well done. The intervention from, we didn't get his name, so I needed to find out from him what his name is so we can introduce him properly. Je vous remercie, monsieur. Thank you. Would like at this point to crave the indulgence of His Excellency the Vice President of the Federal Republic, who is the special guest of honor representing the #1 citizen of this country. The Republic of Guinea has spoken about how it is important to have rail networks across the African subcontinent to ensure that we are all together as a unified continent, and for movement of goods and for movement of persons and for the reintroduction of that Africanness that we have always had. We want to thank him. At this point, we'll take an Arab nation who is a very special African nation. I'd like to call on Mr. Mohammed, Head of Department of Sustainability and Development and Innovation, who would be bringing the rare and speaking at this point in his intervention from the Kingdom of Morocco. Please encourage him as he comes forward. Please keep it short, sir. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, honorable ministers, honorable and distinguished guests, dear partners, it's a tremendous privilege to stand before you today at the second International Railway Conference and Exhibition held here in Abuja, Nigeria. Allow me first of all to express my deepest gratitude to His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, whose presence honors this major event. I would also like to pay tribute to the Nigerian authorities, as well as the distinguished guests and the organizers and partners, who have brought together in this prestigious venue all the key players in the railway sector. Their commitment perfectly illustrates the shared desire to build a modern, inclusive, and forward-looking railway network. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, railways are much more than just transport infrastructure. There are strategic levers for sustainable development, regional integration, and the prosperity of our nations. In a global context marked by the need to reduce carbon footprints, ensure energy security, and facilitate the mobility of people, rail appears to be an essential solution thanks to its advantages in terms of reliability, capacity, and sustainability. It's a powerful tool for connecting territories, boosting economic exchanges, and strengthening Africa's competitiveness on the international stage. This conference, therefore, offers an opportunity to examine strategies and prospects for rail development in Africa, promote the African Continental Free Trade Area, and present rail investment opportunities in the region. Ladies and gentlemen, beyond expertise and technical exchanges, this meeting embodies a message of hope and cooperation. It reminds us that the great challenges of our time, population growth, rapid urbanization, the need for jobs, and the fight against climate change, can only be met through a collective and united vision by sharing our experiences, pooling our resources, and strengthening our partnership. We are laying the foundation for an integrated, safe, and sustainable African rail network that will serve present and future generations. With this in mind, the Moroccan National Railways Office constantly strives to cooperate with its African partners, whether through bilateral cooperation or through its presidency of the International Union of Railway African Region, focusing mainly on sharing expertise through training courses covering most railway profession, webinars on current topics related to railway challenges, and other initiatives in sustainability development, digitalization, and innovation. Last thing, and not the least, I would like to share my hope that the conclusions of this conference will fuel new ambitions, initiatives, and that the spirit of partnership that brings us together today will continue to guide our actions tomorrow. Thank you for your present attention.
Your Excellency, the Kingdom of Morocco has spoken. He believes that it is critical that the infrastructure for developing Africa is this way. Kingdom of Morocco, hello, Mr. Mohammed, please come this way. Thank you. The Honorable Minister wants your attention. Keep coming, thank you. You have to come and pay your compliments to His Excellency the Vice President. There you go. He has delivered a speech on behalf of the Kingdom of Morocco, and as Director of Sustainability, he knows what he's talking about. Morocco has done fairly well, but there's just so much to do within the African continent. He now pays his compliments to ministers of Nigeria. The Kingdom of Morocco is a good ally of Nigeria, and we're very delighted that he was able to deliver this intervention. Your Excellency, we understand that time is fast spent, and therefore every other person on the program should please note, except for the keynote speaker, that we would keep your speeches at half of the strength that it was meant to be. So if you had 15 minutes, you now have 7.5. If you had 30 minutes, except for the keynote speaker, you now have half of that. I'd like very quickly to invite to this podium a veritable partner of the Ministry of Transportation, who is the Managing Director and CEO of the SADEL Consortium. And they have proposed high-speed rail development. And the conversation around it has been excellent around the country. I'd like to invite him to come and give an overview of the SADEL Consortium proposed high-speed rail between Abuja, Port Harcourt, Abuja, Kanu, I think, and Abuja, Lagos. And therefore would like to ask Mr. Sam Uko to come forward to deliver this. Please come forward.
Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, hereby represented by His Excellency, the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. You're welcome, sir. Please permit me to stand on already established protocols. Your Excellency, the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, gave us renewed hope. Dissidel went to work with great faith to add to the hope with works that establish the high-speed rail project initiative. His Excellency, I want to say thank you, because our hope was renewed and restored back for us to be able to do great things in our country once again. Video, please. We will start from the end to the beginning, where the hope of His Excellency is about to take Nigeria as a country to. Video, please. Video, please. Our vision to be the leading company. Oh, thank you. Okay, go ahead, please. Sorry.
Okay, so this is what we have to do. Video, can you shelve that video and prepare to cue it properly? Once you cue it properly, when Mr. Uko gets to the end of his paper, you can then play it. We cannot keep our distinguished guest waiting. Mr. Uko, please fire ahead now with your paper, and then we'll return to the video when it's ready.
Okay, thank you very much. The vision, to be the leading company driving economic transformation of West Africa to a developed economic region.
Dear travelers, please note that this train is about to arrive at Lagos Station.
Please suspend the video for now.
Dear travelers, please note that this train is about to arrive at Abuja Station.
Mission, to undertake massive investment infrastructure for the rampant development of West Africa. Key benefit of the project: the high-speed rail cannot be powered by anything apart from power, which is gas. With Nigeria, with abundance of gas resources, the Dissidel Consortium project to generate 8,500 megawatt of power being part of the high-speed rail project. I know it's difficult for us to imagine this, but Nigeria is the 6th largest gas reserve in the world, and 3,500 megawatt of power is what we need for the operation of the high-speed rail network. 5,000 megawatt of gas will be used for industrial cities. So the project comes with industrial cities in each of the major rail stations in Nigeria: Lagos, Abuja, Kano, Port Harcourt, Maiduguri, and Sokoto. So those areas will have industrial cities with houses and every other thing needed to power the creation of jobs. This model is looking at 2 million direct and indirect jobs with the high-speed rail project initiative. The project is not designed to take the country into debt. Nigerian government is not allowed to borrow $1 to invest on the high-speed rail project initiative. The project, with the completion of the first phase of the project, it can pay itself back in a minimum period of 5 to 10 years. With 10% of Nigerian population, who make 10 trips in a year from the major rail network cities, which is Lagos to Abuja, Abuja to Kano, Abuja to Port Harcourt. The project is targeted to pay itself back in less than 10 years. So it's an investment, complete investment project, but government is allowed to buy share into the project. But government is not allowed to take this project is not allowed for government to borrow $1 from international community. The 4,000 kilometer high-speed rail network will only be concentrated. Our point of concentration is the red line, which is the first phase of the project. The red line cut across 20 states and 4 major cities of Nigeria, plus FCT. The 4,000 kilometer is designed to cut across the 36 states of the Federation. So high speed will pass through your state in the next 3 to 5 years. The high-speed rail is designed to run at 350 kilometers per hour. In other words, from Lagos to Abuja, it will be 2 hours, 30 minutes trip. And from Abuja to Port Harcourt will be 2 hours. From Abuja to Kano will be 2 hours. In the small cities, if you leave Abuja to Benue State, it's going to be 30 minutes. And if you leave Abuja to Kaduna State, it will be 30 minutes. Abuja to Enugu, about an hour. So the high-speed rail is designed with a modern infrastructure to take Nigeria into a new world. And that's what the project is meant to be. It's an integrated project that comes with so many other benefits, not just the high-speed rail. It covers industries, it covers Renew Hope Agenda industrial cities. We are designing a new city for Nigeria that you can power the city with 24/7 power. So it's not about whether will we have light. No, the new Nigeria, the light will not blink. The project first phase is targeted to take 3 years only in execution. Thank you very much. The high-speed rail can only be run by 2 major ways, either from the tunnel or on the bridge. Nigeria is being designed, a Nigerian project is designed to run on the bridge so that we have other benefit that is in it. In the bridge is elevated bridge. Under it you can put the power, so the transmission issue of the country is being targeted by designing a power transmission line and the bridge of the high-speed rail. Secondly, the fiber optics. Fiber optics is also being designed so that from Lagos to Abuja to Kano, we can drop fiber optics to each of the states. So the state will not, oh, there's no network. Network will be 24/7 in Nigeria in the year to come. Next. Gas reserve. Wow. This is very, very important. Nigeria, with abundance of 210 trillion standard cubic feet of gas, the largest in Africa and the 8th in the world. The raw material for high-speed rail is gas, and the raw material is power. The raw material for power is gas. So we are not looking for how to import any raw material to power the high-speed rail. Some people say, how will people pay? I said, no, because Nigeria has abundance of gas, which is the raw material for power that will power the high-speed rail. In other countries, they have to import gas to power the high-speed rail. In Nigeria, we have in abundance. So we are not looking for importation of any raw material. Secondly, in other countries, the high-speed rail will be very expensive because the power you must pay the cost of the power to power companies. But in Nigeria, we are allowed to generate our own power and sell some using the gas and sell some to the national grid and other developments. Next. Wow, the high-speed rail leverage on the population high density of Nigeria is very, very important. Nigeria is sitting with about less than 1 million square kilometer with more than 200 million people. So people to use the high-speed rail is there. And also, on the completion of the high-speed rail, as it is today, we only have 3,000 kilometers of rail network. So don't say, how will it be? Only 3,000. With the high-speed rail, we are going to be about 7,000 kilometers of rail network. You can't compare that with South Africa and other countries, which are about 18,000. So the rail infrastructure is not yet tapped. We have other rail infrastructure that governors and other agencies will invest on, which is the monorail, which is the city rail network. So it's not about the high speed. The high speed rail connects only the states, different states of the country. So the state can invest in the metro within the cities. So when we start doing that, which the government have done a great job in that aspect, some states have started connecting the metro, that will take Nigeria to where we dream to be. Next. With the renewed hub agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is taking Nigeria with 4,000 kilometers at the completion. Nigeria will be the second in the world with that amount of that kilometer of high-speed rail network. Today, yes, it be like a dream because Renew Hope restore the faith that restore work that give birth to the high-speed rail. So it's taking Nigeria to be the second position in the world. There's no country in the world that proposed 4,000 kilometers of today. Nigeria is the first with this ambition project. Thank you. Next. At the completion of 4,000 kilometer network rail of Nigeria, we have so much equipment and manpower. So we will expand it to other African countries that need the services of the high-speed rail. For instance, to Cameroon and the rest is open, and even the other West African countries. Next. Funding. Wow, this is a very difficult topic. When people hear $60 billion, wow, it's so big money. Yes. But an investment that can pay back in 10 years, even if $1 trillion is not money. The world are waiting to see the new Africa. So it's not a loan, this is an investment project. So here we have HSBC. I know the brother to the ruler of Hong Kong is here. He's one of our finance partner, technical partners. We have Liankai Petroleum. Liankai Petroleum, he is the chairman of Liankai Petroleum. AIDB, I think the CEO of AIDB is here, present with us. These are financial partners who put their resources together for the development of high-speed rail network in Nigeria. I want to tell you the project is designed in a way that can pay back. It's not taking the country into $1 loan. So the country is free of investment, but you can invest in the project anyway. Next. At this point, I would invite the Vice President of this other consortium, Dr. Cole, to come in and give us 1 minute technical partnership comment.
Excellencies, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce what we call our technical partners. This project is very intricate and complicated and require a lot of coordination. So we have actually listed certain criteria to select the best partners, technical partners. We have owners advisory, counseling, principal consulting engineers. So these will be engineers and that has proven abilities and resources to develop high-speed rail, notably like Nippon Koi and China Rail. Next will be the EPCs. EPC contractors will be who forms the major part of the budget. So again, they will be selected and also give priority to localization, local content as much as possible. I hand over the floor to the chair.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Cole. We have a lot of technical partners who are very well known worldwide for implementation of the high-speed rail project network. Here is the approval milestone and the journey so far. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not just give us hope, but what he did, they went into action to make sure this project approvals was granted. So His Excellency, President, give approval for the outline business case, conditional approval, social impact, environmental social impact assessment approval, proof of gas needs. ICRC gave us a of no objection to proceed with implementation of the project, and proof of fund was last given to the government. At this point, I want us to give a standing ovation to the President, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, for making it possible for the country to see this day. Thank you very much.
Ms. Auko has gotten the Vice President and our esteemed royal fathers on their feet in a standing ovation for His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We congratulate you. Would like you to please
note that this train is about to arrive at
Thank you, sir.
Station.
Thank you. High-speed rail coming to Nigeria. Mr. Uko has explained the dynamics. You may be seated. His Excellency the Vice President is now sat. Thank you very much. One of Northern Nigeria's finest entertainers. One of Northern Nigeria's greatest investor in Nollywood and the Nigerian film industry. One of Northern Nigeria's beguiling musicians. A man so young, it is difficult to believe his age compared to his achievements. We have talked long today, and it's time for us to break the talking for a bit before we get to our keynote speaker. I'd like to crave the indulgence of our special guest of honor to invite a man who has traversed the grounds, the cities, the various communities across Nigeria, and a man described as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's one of his favorite musicians. And because he's here with us today, please help me welcome a young man making waves across Nigeria and delivering on all fronts, from film to music to entertainment. Help me welcome Ra Ra Ra. And of course, the podium has to go down if we're dealing with entertainment, because this is serious business. The Vice President's podium leaves the stage, and we now invite Ra Ra Ra. I know that he's here. I'm looking for him. Where is he? David, can you look around and find out where Ra 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 is? Okay, he's coming. Ko ina ka boye yanzu ka fito mu ganka. Ka zo da wuri ana neman ka. To gashi nan ya iso. Gashi de masu rawa, de masu waka. Your Excellency, we have a little bit of entertainment to break the ice, sir. Only Ra 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 and his team, where are the people dancing? Ina masu rawan ku yi sauri gashi ku wuce security. Ana jiran ku yi sauri, duk wanda baya cikin masu wakan shi ba za su iya wucewa ba. To masu, only those dancing with him can cross security. I assure you, to keep us safe, security is only doing their job. Please pay attention to them when they tell you there is no pathway. Please give a resounding Abuja round of applause to Ra Ra Ra, who is making his way here. Kazoka ampani the microphone ina. To, munajira, 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 munajira.
Yawa. Haka.
What an entertainment impresario for Nigeria, rarara to the world. A man very well respected in the entertainment industry, who has been involved in film, who has been involved in all manners of the entertainment value chain. He has done his excellent best to be in the forefront of one of Nigeria's finest performers, one of Nigeria's greatest musicians. And so young, Nigeria has so much to give to the world. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, for time, we would be taking every other speaker only after Mr. Vice President has departed. We would like to use this opportunity, Your Excellency, to celebrate and greet our keynote speaker, who would be speaking only after you have gone, Managing Director of Bethlehem Rail Infrastructure Limited, a dedicated railway project management consultancy in London, Managing Director of PSO Project Management Limited, an infrastructure delivery consultancy in Nigeria, Managing Director of Bethlehem Rail, Chairman at Kerber Group, background in architecture, quantity surveying, building management, and construction. Shall we celebrate Mr. Roland Ataguba, who will be speaking only after Mr. Vice President has departed. Nobody saw you, Roland. Please be upstanding. Let them clap for you properly. Our keynote speaker will set the tone for the technical session, and it is only important and very fitting that I should recognize and celebrate him. For want of time, we would not be taking him at this time. And while the introductions were going on, Mr. Roland Ataguba stood on his feet and was celebrated by everyone very deeply knowledgeable in the railway business. He has come to deliver his wealth of experience to Nigerians at this time. We salute you and we celebrate you. Welcome. Mr. Vice President, sir, I was just introducing our keynote speaker, who for want of time will not be speaking while you are here. Mr. Roland Ataguba, great to see you, always. In the meantime, I'd like to invite a man whom we describe as triple man within Nigerian political ecosystem, a man who has been governor, who has been a senator, and who today holds the position of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, responsible for how the engine room of governance runs in Nigeria, who has the details of the dotting of the I's and the crossing of the T's about how policies are delivered to the citizenry through the honorable ministers under his watch. Please help me welcome a former governor of mine who is now Secretary to the Government of the Federation, the very distinguished Senator George Akume.
Your Excellency, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, standing in for the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. Members of the Federal Executive Council, members of the National Assembly, particularly the chairman of the Senate Committee on Land, Transportation, and the chairman House Committee of the same transportation. The royal fathers here present, we bow to you. Guest speaker, who happens to be a son of Benue too, not just Kogi states. They were in Benue states, and I happen to know family very well. I know they have gone through a very tragic experience recently. In spite of that, you are here to do justice to a national cause. We welcome you. Top government functionaries, promoter of this worthy and distinguished project, our foreign partners, invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to extend a warm welcome to you all to this strategic engagement on the proposed integrated gas, power, and high-speed rail project. This is indeed a bold and visionary initiative with the potential to significantly transform Nigeria's infrastructure base and accelerate economic growth trajectory. Let me commend the Sadel Nigeria Limited, Dr. Sam, and his financial partner, China Lankai Petroleum Investment Holdings Limited, for the foresight and commitment demonstrated so far. The scale of this project, alongside the confirmation of a financial support letter from the Asia Development and Investment Bank, valued at $60 billion, reflects the seriousness of purpose and ambition behind this proposal. As you are aware, the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR prioritizes transformational infrastructure economic diversification, job creation, and sustainable national development. This project, with its integrated components of high-speed rail, power generation and transmission, LNG infrastructure, and digital backbone, resonates strongly with these priorities and offers immense opportunities for inclusive growth and national integration. As you are all aware, the Office of Secretary to the Government of the Federation coordinates cross-sectoral engagements of this nature, ensuring that projects of national significance are diligently processed in line with our developmental priorities. While the problem is huge, it is imperative that every financial, technical, legal, and institutional requirement is thoroughly addressed for the benefit of our country and its people. I wish to most sincerely acknowledge the milestones you have already achieved, including the approval of the outline business case, the certificate of no objection issued by the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, as well as the environmental and social impact assessments. These commendable steps provide a solid basis for further discussions. This gathering offers us an opportunity to deepen mutual understanding, clarify the frameworks underpinning the project, and strengthen confidence in its implementation pathway. As a government, our interest is to encourage genuine partners that deliver tangible results, uphold transparency, and align with our long-term development vision under the renewed hope agenda. On this note, I assure you that the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation will continue to provide the necessary coordination with relevant ministries. I'm happy that the Minister of Transportation is very, very pivotal to this engagement. My former colleague in the Senate and now my colleague in the Cabinet. Departments and agencies to ensure a seamless process. Once again, I welcome you all, particularly our royal fathers, and wish us fruitful deliberation. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Your Excellency, the special guest of honor, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation has lent his heavyweight voice to this International Railway Conference. And His Excellency, the Vice President, provides a picture opportunity by doing the honors on the Babariga of His Excellency, His Excellency, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. The Vice President is a friend and a former colleague, and he has done the needful. We congratulate him for his intervention and for telling the rest of us how important this International Rail Conference is, for everybody to line up behind the Honorable Minister of Transportation at this time. Your Excellency, the comment he made about the keynote speaker is the fact that the keynote speaker only recently lost his father, former Permanent Secretary, Benue State, who served with my dad as a Permanent Secretary in the Benue State government. And so His Excellency, the SGF, knows him well. But he flew in for this conference because he believes so much in Nigeria. Mr. Ataguba, our deepest condolences on the passing of your very beloved father. Your father was an astute technocrat, a great man, a fantastic Permanent Secretary who spent his time delivering good dividends of good work and policy within the Benue State government at the time before we all moved to Kogi. Our condolences from this conference and from everybody who is gathered here. We condole with you. And we thank you for believing in Nigeria. Your Excellencies, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a man who spends a copious amount of time at bookshops. And when he travels, his only excess luggage are books. Because a man who does that kind of thing is a deeply knowledgeable man. A reader, as we always hear, is a leader. But this is an unusual kind of leader. A mix of academia and politics. A mix of banking and economics. A man who is at once amiable and simple to engage with. A man who is described not only as a great politician, but an economic juggernaut. Former governor of Borno State, an astute economic expert, a book reader, a former senator. Help us welcome the second citizen of the whole nation, representing His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Kashim Shettima.
Kindly take your seats, please. The Chairman, Senate Committee on Land Transport and Senator representing Kebbi Central Senatorial District of Kebbi State, distinguished Senator Muhammad Adamu Aliero. The Chairperson, House Committee on Land Transport and member representing Otukpo Ohimini Federal Constituency of Benue State, Right Honorable Blessing Mark Onu. The card with 9 lives, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, distinguished Senator George Akume. The Honorable Minister of Transport, Senator Said Ahmed Al-Khali. The Honorable Minister for Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Abubakar Atiku Bagudu. The Honorable Minister of Steel Development, Prince Shuaib Abubakar Audu. The Honorable Minister of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs, Right Honorable Zapania Bitrus Gisalo. The Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas, Right Honorable Ekperikpe Ekpo. The Honorable Minister of State for Regional Development, Minister of State, Honorable Uba Maigali Ahmed. The Honorable Minister of State for Works, Barrister Bello Muhammad Goronyo. The Honorable Minister of State for FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmoud Bunkure. The Vice Minister of Transportation of the Republic of Guinea, Mr. Mohamed Bakayoko. The Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Mr. Bayo Onanuga. The Head of Department of Sustainability, Development and Innovation, Kingdom of Morocco, Mr. Mohamed Ghani. Members of the Diplomatic Corps, our elder statesmen, our emirs, the great custodians of our rich cultural heritage, the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Muhammad Saad Abubakar, ably represented by the Emir of Zazzau, His Royal Highness Ambassador Ahmed Nuhu Bamali, the Oni of Ife, the itinerant Oni of Ife, who is crisscrossing the nooks and crannies of this country, building bridges. His Imperial Majesty Oba Ade Enitan Ogunwusi Ojaja II, the Obi of Onisha, His Royal Majesty Igwe Alfred Ugochukwu Achebe, my friend Serki Bashira Aboki Amma, the Emir of Kepi Yamusa, His Royal Highness Alhaji Shehu Chindo Yamusa III, the Ochi Idoma, and the paramount ruler of Idoma Kingdom, His Royal Majesty Dr. Ilaigo Odoko John, the paramount ruler of Eket Kingdom, His Majesty Edidem Etim Charles, the keynote speaker, Engineer Roland Ocholi Ataguda. Please accept our condolences over the passage of your father. It's actually a celebration of life, not of mourning.
the Managing Director of Nigerian Railway Corporation, Dr. Kayode Opepa, and other heads of government agencies and parastatals present here, members of the business community, members of the Port Estate of the Rim, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. The railway infrastructure signaled the dawn of the pace industrial revolution with the discovery of the steam engine. It was a miracle of its age. It shrank distances and transformed societies. Trains became the bridge between our agricultural commodities and the rest of the world, while serving as the most reliable means of mass transportation for our people. Today, more than at any point in our journey as a nation, we are in greater need of railway services for two compelling reasons: the size of our economy and the sheer scale of our population, 230 million people, aging towards 250 million. And by 2050, we'll be the third most populous nation on earth. We'll surpass the United States, and our population will hit 440 million people. It is therefore a great honor and privilege to stand before you and share the promise of this day. The world has remained committed to railway services because they represent more than a mode of transport. They have proven to be the backbone of industrialization. They connect raw materials to factories, workers to opportunities, and farmers to markets. They shape not only economies, but also the cultural and social bonds of societies. This enduring relevance explains why every forward-looking nation, from China to Vietnam, across generations, has invested in the railways as a special driver of development. We must never forget that history is filled with testimonies of how railways transform nations, from the transcontinental railroads of the United States to the Trans-Siberian line that stitched together the vastness of Russia, to the modern high speeds of Asia. Trains have always stood as evidence that development without connectivity is an illusion. We must learn from this history, for we cannot afford to lag behind if we seek to keep pace with global economic competitiveness. Thankfully, every part of this continent has embraced the reality of trains as a practical solution to our transportation challenges. This transition aligns with the ambitions of our nations, for no economy can grow without sustainable means of mass transportation. It is the railway that connects cities, ports, and markets, and it is the railway that ensures that our dreams of integration are not limited by distance or geography. Your Excellencies, Your Royal Majesties, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the challenge ahead of us is to lead this race as the logistics hub of Africa by reviving and revitalizing our railway services. We must be conscious of our place as the anchor of West Africa's economy and home to the continent's largest population as we prepare for the adoption of modern railway infrastructure. This awakening inspired projects such as the Kano-Maradi Railway Modernization, which opens new gateways for trade under the African Continental Free Trade Area. Our agenda is shaped by the urgent need to reduce the burden on our roads and highways. Decades of over-reliance on road transportation have led to congestion, rapid deterioration of infrastructure, and higher accident rates. Railways offer safe, cheaper, and more environmentally friendly alternatives, reducing carbon emissions and reinforcing our commitment to sustainable development. But the task of maximizing the immense opportunities in the railway sector is not one we consider easy. It requires networks, partnerships, and robust collaboration with stakeholders. This is why our ongoing modernization projects, Lagos to Kano, Kano to Maradi, and Port Harcourt to Maiduguri, are designed with open doors for private sector participation. We must ensure not only timely completion, but also sustainability and efficient utilization of these projects. I am happy to note that upon the takeoff of the present administration, the Kano-Maradi rail project was 5% completed. Now we are inching towards 60% completion. Hence, it is to the eternal credit of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that we have accomplished so much. His Excellency, the President, has demonstrated time and again our national determination to connect our cities through roads and railways. Our aspiration is for a nation where industries can convey their products to the market and where raw materials can move seamlessly from primary producers to industries without hindrance. This conference provides an invaluable platform for us to deliberate on the most practical strategies to achieve these objectives. So I urge each of you to take full advantage of this unique opportunity to engage the resource team and to collectively sharpen the outcomes of this gathering. I also wish to commend the Federal Ministry of Transportation under the able leadership of my friend, my brother, my contemporary, Senator Said Ahmed Al-Khali, for his leadership in organizing this conference in collaboration with the Sadel Nigeria Limited and the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry. This is truly a high-octane event with the galaxy of ministers, nearly 10 ministers that he was able to invite and for them to attend, with the grand old man, the 70-year-old secretary to the government of the Federation in attendance, and our royal fathers, not only royal fathers, the creme de la creme of the royal establishment in attendance. Your royal fathers, we are sincerely most grateful and for patiently waiting for the commencement of this program. We respect you. We adore you. Prince, it is my honor, privilege, and pleasure on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, to formally declare it open. Thank you, and may God bless you.
We thank His Excellency. He will step down for the photograph. I'd like to crave the indulgence of His Excellency. ICE, Nigeria Police, thank you. ICE, ICE, ICE. ICE, Nigeria Police, ICE. Thank you. Only the first row will our traditional rulers please join us at this point. Only the first row for now. This is batch 1 of the photographs. Our traditional rulers will join this photography. If our photographers tell us we're fine, do we need to step forward a little bit? Just a little bit, so that we flank them. Thank you. That's the picture of the first batch with His Excellency, the special guest of honor. Okay, so this first batch done. Our second batch involves all those who are partners and our sponsors, the Managing Director of Desadel, the NRC Managing Director and the Director of Rail, the Permanent Secretary overseeing the Ministry of Transportation, the Abuja Chamber of Commerce. Like real quick, can we have all of you here now? Quickly, all those who are partnering, those who are supporting, those who are sponsors should come forward real quick. at this point. There's Adele, Abuja Chamber of Commerce, Nigeria Railway Corporation, like right now, please. So this is a photograph for all those in that group. Yes, our keynote speaker is here. Our keynote speaker should remain in all the photographs. Our keynote speaker will remain in all the photographs. Let's do this really, really quick. And finally, I'd like to invite the last batch to also join. That last batch will be our international delegates from all the countries that are here. America, Benin Republic, Morocco, Guinea, Ghana. All our international delegates should stand by. This is the last photograph. Our international delegates should please come forward now. This is the last photograph. Thank you. Our international delegates now, Guinea, Morocco, Benin Republic, and all those who should really be in this photograph should come forward now. Mr. Vice President will be leaving any moment now. Our international delegates, very quickly, the Vice President will depart any moment now. Okay, our international delegates will now take their place, and this is the last photograph. Please note that the Vice President representing His Excellency the President will depart after the national anthem, and the program will continue. And with advisement from the organizers, we'll probably take a tea break, but I'll advise. This is the last photograph. I recognize your President, a competent Nigerian, GCON, His Excellency Kashim Shettima. Stated. Our international delegates will take their final photograph and we're done. Please spread out a little bit. Your Excellency, we thank you, sir. Okay. I ask the Nigeria Police Force to stand by now. The national anthem will play. The Vice President will depart. Roland, please stand. Their picture still going on. The Vice President will depart, and we will remain for the rest of the program. Please rise. Nigeria Police Band, let's go. To thank the Vice President